Bat. Chatting with MattTheBat. You chat, I chat, we chat, I'm fat. Chatting with MattTheBat. Yeah!
Hello, everybody. What the is up? The rent. That's what's up. I know, terrible. Anyways, welcome back to MattTheBat's Batshit Shit Show. I'm your fabulous host, MattTheBat. Hey, if you're new here, it would mean the world to me if you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and absolutely destroy the little bell notification. Ding! That way you can stay up to date on all of the weekly episodes. Guys, I put so much work into this shit, and all it takes is the little click of a button to make my cute bat face smile. So let's go. Let's fucking go. Bat Chat's the series where we interview unique people with unique perspectives, and today we have a friend of the channel on. She was featured on my second ever episode of the show, all the way back in April of 2021. Wow, that was a long time ago. That's crazy. If you check out that video, see how much I love her. Everybody, please welcome the one, the only, Ena.
Hello,
hey.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. This feels like a full circle moment for us, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I love it. And I'm sorry I had to get you up out of bed pretty early. That was kind of cruel of me, but you showed up in proper attire with your, what is that called? What's that called?
It's a face mask.
This
is the face mask before COVID came.
I was going to say, I feel like face mask took on a new meaning, so I wouldn't even call it that. I would call it like a sleep mask. Sleep mask.
Eye mask. I guess it can be an eye mask. You know, tomato.
Yeah, tomato. But yeah, thanks for coming. This is an honor to have you here. We've been trying to do this for a while. In fact, I think I started the interview portion of my show back over last summer, and we were talking about it all the way back then. I think that's around the time when we met for the first time, which was really cool. We hung out in, where did we go? It was like some random bar, right?
Yeah.
In Bed-Stuy?
Yeah.
That was fun. I remember taking the bus home that night, listening to music, and it took like an hour for the bus to come. And
Classic NYC.
Yeah, and then we were really finally getting serious about doing the interview like a month ago, and you had a scheduling conflict, and yeah. I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you remember what that scheduling conflict involved?
I'm trying to think. I know usually my scheduling conflicts involve like work, because my work schedule is like so up in the air because I freelance, and I do like any and all freelance things that I can get my hands on. So like one day I'll be like, yes, I can do this, and then it will be like, would you want to be paid money instead? And I'm like, well, money's calling. So my apologies.
No, it wasn't even because of work. It was because of Urination, which is a first. For the show.
You're talking about my kidney scans. Oh my God, look, it came back. I have kidney stones.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But they're small. Okay. They're not like super big, but I
did not know it was something serious. I just thought it was some funny pee problem, and I was going to ask you for advice on my pee problem because I pee too much.
It is like a funny-ish people. Just my whole life, my entire life, I've been a frequent urinator, and
same.
I've never like been diagnosed or had it checked. So I was like, well, I'm my own parent now. I should probably take my daughter to the doctor's office and see what's up with the fact that she pees too much. So I went to the doctor, and the doctor was all like, I'm gonna refer you to get kidney ultrasound. Ultrasound is my kidney pregnant.
They put the jelly
that
on
was
that?
Not. They did. It was
on your the thing.
They did, and you know, it was just lube. They put lube. It's just lube. I was so mad. I thought it was like some special sauce or something.
No, that's KY. It smells like strawberry.
I'm like, oh, this smells familiar. And
did it feel weird?
It felt like disgusting. Like it's like a cold slug crawls across your body, and there's like some electronic pulses that are happening. I would not recommend it, but in any case, they checked my kidney. They said my kidney is fine and, you know, looks healthy or whatnot, no inflammation, but they said that they did find multiple small kidney stones, which I'm not too concerned because at least they're small, you know. Like I'm sure they can like laser them smaller and I can like piss them out or something, and if I have to pass it, I will be a girl boss about it. I will pass the motherfucking kidney stone. No pain meds. Just being put. Oh yeah.
other than a frequent urinator, you also happen to do some content creating. And this was kind of an issue when I was making your episode. I was like trying to put into words what you do, because it really is so strange, to be completely honest. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so drawn to you, is because you're fucking weird and so am I. So like, I was just hard for me to put it into words. So how do you even describe?
Did you bring me here to bully me?
No,
that's what it sounds like. He's like, oh, you're a fucking weirdo. Oh my god, weird. Explain yourself.
I mean, have you fucking seen my show? Like that's exactly the type of like thing that I'm going for. So like, how do you even explain to people like what you do? Like if someone doesn't know what kind of art you make.
It depends. Like if I'm talking to like a normie. I love using that term. It's so funny. If I'm talking
to normies, like, ew.
Yeah, I mean, I go to work and there are normies all around me, and I have to navigate the normie world. And
I'm so sorry.
I mean, it is what it is. Every time I show up, someone's like, "Oh, like I saw your Instagram. Why do you have so many followers?" Like I have to explain why you have. That's usually where the conversation begins. I just tell them that I'm a comedian. Or sometimes I tell people that I make memes. That's like, those are the simple, short ways to get out of explaining the intricate details of my online activities. But truly, if I had to describe myself, I think what I mostly do is I do cultural critique, and I use memes and satire and just like different mediums to get across the ideas that I'm critiquing or parodying or trying to express. So
that makes sense.
That's what I would call myself, as a cultural critic. I'm a very judgmental person. And I think like sometimes like when I talk to people find different meaning in my content. Like people are like, oh, this is what you meant by this, right? And it's not. But it's okay. As long as you find a meaning and you connect with something, that's like fine. It's art, it's art. We can all see it different ways.
With that, you call yourself, I forget exactly what the term was, but I thought it was so funny because you posted on your story that you were making a video about you being what it's like to be a niche micro influencer.
Niche.
Was that what it was?
Not influencer. Excuse me. Influencer is a slur.
Sorry.
A niche internet micro celebrity.
Micro celebrity.
It's a real term. It's a real term. I did not coin that thing, but yes. And
well, I found out yesterday I'm considered a nano influencer, which means I'm even smaller than a micro influencer. Isn't that so funny?
Hey, you gotta start somewhere. We all start nano.
I'm gonna call myself a nano celebrity. That sounds a little bit better.
Yeah, I think the word influencer is like, I feel like I don't qualify as an influencer, which maybe is pretentious, but because I'm not trying to sell people things. I'm not trying to get people to do something. Like I'm really not trying to be out here like influencing people's behavior. I just want to get online and express myself and my ideas. And I don't really care. I'm not doing it for money. I'm not doing it for like clout necessarily. Like I was making content before I had a following, and I'll make content even if people are like, oh, I'm tired of her, and move on. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's just about expressing myself and my ideas. So I feel like I can't call myself an influencer because I'm not, there's not that intent to truly influence others,
Yeah, you don't fit the typical mold of an influencer by any means, and
wow. So you're not saying you're saying I'm not hot.
No, I'm not saying that because you definitely are. Yeah, woo! But what I'm saying is, you don't annoy me. Like a lot of influencers just fucking annoy me because, as you said, they're always trying to sell you shit and influence you, and I too never want to be, put into that bubble as my platform grows. Like I feel like it's just an icky term, like I don't.
No, I think we should push back on the term influence. I mean, people like to use it to like bring down anyone who has like any like sort of online following. They're like, oh, you're an influencer. I know people use it with a negative connotation. I think it's a neutral word, but it's just not accurately something that describes me.
Yeah, that's fair. And you've been posting a lot of TikToks to your story recently, which to me is so funny because all right, you started, I mean, I don't think you used to do it as much as you do it now. And now it's like the best part of my day because I don't even go on TikTok anymore. I just literally look at your story because it's all the same shit I like. Like, I feel like we have the same feed or something. And then I send everything that you post and your commentary to like everybody I know. And then one day I just start getting people sending me yours, not even knowing that we know each other. And I get multiple people sending me your story and I'm like, holy shit, like this must go far and wide, right? Because how could that even happen? That's like a small world thing, right?
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, like, so I started posting TikTok on my story back in 2020, like during the pandemic, because that's also when I got really into TikTok. And I would send them to my friends, but my friends, like, they wouldn't watch it. I know they're not watching it. Like, they'll like be like, haha, and the video would be like completely serious. And I'm like, okay, man, like, it's okay to not watch it. But
Just
don't,
lying
like,
down.
So I just like was like, well, I want to share these videos that I'm seeing with, you know, like the world. I think other people should see this. So then I started posting on my story. But I would do it like here and there every now and then. I wouldn't do like, I know I rapid fire like 30 videos on my story.
Yeah, but they're all good. That's the thing. Like, you like the really short videos that have like, it's literally so quick and then it goes right to the TikTok end page. And I don't know why, but the TikTok like end page makes me laugh so hard. Like that coming up makes, like, when you realize the TikTok's over, there's something so funny. Do you feel that same thing?
I do, because it's like a credits section. Like,
yeah.
It's literally like, it's like the shortest video you've ever seen, and there's still a credits for it. And I think, like, I mean, when I'm like doing the story, sometimes the TikTok end page naturally gets cut off, because if you on Instagram, when you upload a video, it's usually 15 seconds. Mm-hmm. So most TikToks are 15 seconds, and then they'll add on a little bit for the end page, like the credits, whatever they call it. So sometimes it just gets naturally cut off, but whenever it's there, it's so funny, because it's like, it's almost like a YouTube outro or intro, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's next?
Yeah,
like
for sure. So fucking weird. And, you know, also being that you do post so much stuff online and post other people's content, I think unofficially you've kind of become this almost like, not a talent scout, but you've been like, you've put people on the map. Like, I feel like you put like creators that you like on there, and you put them up, and your platform sees them, and typically I feel like they trust what you post, because like even when you have posted my stuff in the past, I get so many people coming to my page and like actually interacting with my stuff, and they actually feel like people who care about what you say, and then they care about what I say, and it's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think as someone who is an online creator, I know what it feels like to just always be trying to reach people with your things. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I think everyone who creates wants an audience in some way. You know, no one wants to just put their hard work into something and nobody sees it. I mean, it feels,
for sure,
not only does it feels bad, but it also just, it doesn't encourage you to keep creating, because you're just like, well, why am I, trying if no one cares, And I mean, it's hard to even push through those feelings. I had to push through like feeling like no one cares about what I'm doing or making for years, until like I did gain some type of a like following or an audience. Yeah. But I remember those feelings, and I think that people who are making awesome things, why shouldn't I uplift them too? Because I mean, somebody did that for me, somebody
for sure
saw what I had to say and what I made, and was like, oh, I want to share this with others. And I feel like it's my duty almost to like keep doing that for other people. And also, it's just really cool to see, like, watching other people's growth is, I don't know, it's encouraging, and it makes me feel like, I don't know, it makes me feel very connected, like a member of a community. Like, I feel like all online creators, we're all in a like sort of a community, and like it's nice to just help other members of your community also get further in life. I don't know.
No, I mean, that's very noble of you, and in the best way.
I always sound so self-righteous. I hate that.
No, you really don't, because in fact, I think you sound the opposite, because I think the same thing all the time. It's like, it's this weird line between, I don't care about the clout part of it. I really just want people to enjoy what I'm making and like connect with me on a level of art, which is something that I think a lot of artists crave. Like you have two different types. You have like the artist that doesn't want anyone to ever see their work. They never put anything out. It's just like they're making incredible shit, but they're in their space and they're just those people who just make that art and doesn't go anywhere. I'm like the opposite. Like I want to make shit and I want to see people react to it and I want to see people feel touched by it and feel interested in it. And I think you're the same way. And I've always said to myself too, like, you know, if I get a platform, the first thing I'm going to do is try to put all my friends in the map who are like musicians and really making great shit. And that's why when I do this show, I never look for people with the following. I look for people who I genuinely like their content. So like, I know exactly how that feels. And thank you so much for sharing my stuff, because you doing that had such a ripple effect on me. And
nah, it's too early for the night.
It's not too early. You need some praise. You're bad at getting compliments, but you joke about complimenting
it's not
yourself.
My love language. You know, my love language is quality time, acts of service, gifts.
Send me your address. I'll bring a thank you gift.
But no, I do not like words of affirmation. Spare me your thoughts. Spare me your thoughts on myself. You know,
I'll just make another video on you.
Oh my god. I love that video, but it was so painful to sit through someone speaking so many nice things about yourself. It's like it hurt in a kind of way. Like, this is so cool, but also
It's so funny because I always wonder when I do that. I'm like, I get such anxiety. I'm like, is this person gonna like it, or are they gonna think I'm f***ing weird? And then are they gonna feel that way that you just said? Because yeah, it is hard to get compliments about yourself, right?
It is. It absolutely. It's painful. It's darn right painful. Every time someone sends me a compliment, like I get it, but also I'm just like, they hurt. Compliments hurt. I don't know why. There's a therapy session in there somewhere.
Let's talk about Tumblr, because Tumblr confuses me in so many ways. And like, what was your experience on Tumblr? Because I know that's where a lot of your following has come from. So what is Tumblr in 2021 or 2022? Holy shit! What does Tumblr now look like?
Firstly, don't bring up Tumblr with me, because I will get on my soapbox. I to this day, and I was just having a conversation yesterday, I to this day think it is the best social media platform that currently exists. And unfortunately, I don't think it's going to exist for much longer, because Tumblr doesn't really make that much money to justify its existence.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, it's not about how good the platform is. It's about how much money it's making. But the thing about Tumblr is the experience that I find is it's almost like an anti-clout social media, which sounds weird. Like, no one sees your following.
Yeah.
You can get a post that will get a lot of notes, a lot of interactions, but that's it. It's just, I don't know. The Tumblr experience right now, it's one of the best ones online. I mean, it's become a very desensitized website. Not desensitized, sanitized. That's what I'm looking for, because there was a porn ban. Everyone heard about the porn ban.
Yeah.
After the porn ban, a lot of people left, and there's this sort of machine algorithm that detects porn and takes it off the website, even though you still see porn here and there, but it's definitely way less than before.
It used to be all porn when I was in high school on there.
See, you were using it for the wrong reason.
No, I wasn't actually, but maybe it was just the people that I followed were
probably the people you followed
it or whatever, and it was
A lot of people used it for their porn curations. People would curate entire porn blogs for their very hyper specific kinks and niche and whatever.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Once that went away, the website now is just at least the side I'm on. Obviously, it matters what side you're on, who you're following, affects your experience. But I've always followed the same people. My Tumblr mutuals, who I've never said a word to, they've never said a word to me, and that's just how it really. We just coexist. We just reblog from each other, and neither of us interact with each other, and that's my favorite kind of internet relationship. And so we're just I just see funny shit. I see commentary about social stuff. I see jokes. There are a lot of good jokes, good memes like that. Just like people on Tumblr are just very funny because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you're not like trying to be funny simply for the clout, you're just trying to be funny because you think your joke is good. It curates a much more healthy like humor environment. And even the jokes on like the memes on Tumblr, there's some like Tumblr specific memes. Like recently there's one that's like Plinko horse. Does Plinko horse ring a bell to you?
No.
No. Or
What does
like
that mean?
Grumble from my shows.
No.
Yeah, okay, there's some Tumblr specific memes. It's sort of like you have to be there type of thing. It's hard to like explain. Like Plinko horse there's a gif of a horse. Do you know Plinko?
No.
Okay, Plinko is this like
I know
it's
nothing.
basically this Japanese game that it's like you have pegs on a wall.
Oh, yes. Okay, I know what that is.
And then something falls down the pegs into a specific hole.
Yeah,
and then there's a gif where it's a horse going down the pegs. And the meme is actually people started referencing that post specifically because like almost everyone has seen that post in some capacity. Maybe you've seen it, you didn't interact, or you've seen it, you were like, what the is this?
I'm gonna look it up.
But now there's like sort of an in Tumblr meme that's just like Plinko horse, and it's like the joke is referring to this one like gif, things like that. So like there's like Tumblr specific memes where it's sort of you have to be there. And I feel like sometimes Tumblr stuff leaves Tumblr months later, and it's always fascinating to see like it'll be like months later you'll see people on Twitter talking about Plinko horse and laughing about it, and you're just like, I remember when this was just like a weird little Tumblr thing, now it left. But in any case, I think Tumblr is the best social media platform out there. You just have to follow the right people, and I'm the right people. If you watch this and you want to get on Tumblr, follow men's rights Activia. That is the only Tumblr blog. You put my blog in the description. That is the only Tumblr blog you need to follow.
To me, it felt like being on Tumblr back in the day was the first place you could see your own curation on your profile, but also in your feed, because you follow people who are like-minded as you and they like the same shit as you. So that way, when you scroll, you tailor it to what you want, right? Like what website had that? Facebook didn't have that at the time. MySpace didn't have that. Like whatever the fucking other websites were. Instagram wasn't. It was at the very beginning when I was on Tumblr. And like I would follow back in high school, I'd follow all the like disposable film Tumblr people, and they would repost my stuff. So I was doing pretty well on there, like number wise. But yeah, it didn't really matter the same way, in like a good way, because it was like that little bit of validation, but you weren't like hungry for clout.
Yeah, and you weren't
nobody
like
got to see your
on
numbers.
the validation. You know, like I feel like a lot of social media websites, the way that they do it is to get you hooked on that validation feeling, and like basically because they're constantly flashing numbers in your face. Recently I switched my Instagram to a business Instagram because my friend was like, it's just been weird because it provides you with some crazy statistics that I didn't know even people had access to. Like you can watch how many people, like you can like watch the statistics of in this week you gained this many followers, it's up or down from last week. And it's sort of like you're constantly being bombarded with numbers that you can't help but think about, oh my God, I gotta meet these numbers, or I better exceed these numbers, or oh I did so poorly this week, I'm so dejected. You know, like I feel like a social media website that tucks all of those numbers away, like it's there, but no one has to see it. You don't have to see it unless you want to. It's really a lot healthier because then you're truly just on there to have fun, you know? And that's what social media should be about.
I've heard some weird shit about business, switching to business, because mine's been on business for years, and I hear that, and I don't know how true this is, but I hear that you don't get as much engagement because they want you to buy ads more as a business. But like it is helpful sometimes to see certain things about your analytics and stuff like that. And but yeah, I agree that Tumblr is much more healthy in that sense.
I'm not gonna lie, I have to switch it back from professional. I only did it because my friend was like, oh, like they're doing the Reels bonus thing. You know, you've heard of the Reels bonus, right? Yeah. And he thought that maybe if I did it, I would get it. But there's no way to know what metric they pick people for the Reels bonus. And honestly, it's not that deep. Like, yes, I'm not gonna make 8K a month like some people are, but it's not that deep. Like I'm so sick of the professional account. I want a normal account again.
What about from TikTok? You make any bucks on TikTok?
Oh, don't get me started about the TikTok creator fund, because you know how that works.
What do you mean?
For people who don't know, the TikTok creator fund, TikTok decides a set amount of money for their pool, and creators get a fraction of money from that pool based on their views, monthly views. So for example, in the month of January, let's say Addison Rae, popular TikToker, she gets like 120 million views or something. Whatever percentage of the total views that people receive, like creator fund people receive on TikTok, she's gonna get a percentage of that based on her views. So let's say she got 2%. Yeah. So then like the more people that join, the less your dividend is. And also your views are worth way less. Like on Instagram, I think Instagram Reels, I think per 1,000 views, it's like, now don't quote me on this, I think it's like $50 or something. It's like some much higher number.
Oh wow.
But maybe $50 is too high. It's like a whole dollar number. But for TikTok, it's like 12 cents.
Yeah. I made $110 on TikTok. And that was over like a year.
I made 170 over 2 years.
Hey, I mean, it's better than nothing for me because I don't give a fuck. I just post that shit. But yeah, it's all that. And don't get me started on Spotify because that's also crazy.
You know, I don't stream music. I buy the album.
You just make
and
your
I
own.
Listen to it. I do make my own, but no, I if I like a musician, I'll just go to iTunes, buy your album, download it onto my disk drive, and just have it forever. But I refuse to use streaming.
You know LimeWire?
Yeah. Well, you know which streaming platform pays the most?
Which one?
Napster.
Wow, and that was like the old school one.
If you're gonna stream music, stream it on Napster. Everyone, if you're hearing this, get on Napster. If you can't afford to buy albums, that's fine. That's okay. You don't have the space. Go stream music on Napster. The artist makes like, I think it's like 10 cents per play or something. It was some crazy large amount.
They make like 1/100 of a cent on Spotify.
Exactly. No. Shit. Everyone go stream on Napster. If you really like your favorite musician, it's time. We need a Napster revolution. We need to stop using Spotify.
You know who's my favorite musician? It's you. So I wanted to ask you, how did you manage to make your music memeified? Like, how did you do that? Because it's like fucking genius, and I've never seen anybody do that.
Well, I think the intention of making music for me is I will come out as a band kid. I was in band most of my life, and I was around music for most of my life, and I wanted to continue that. But I was never a good musician personally. I was never good at band. I didn't learn.
What did you play?
I played the trumpet, then the French horn.
Trumpet's hard. I feel like trumpet's a hard instrument to play.
The French horn is harder.
Really?
Trumpet, whatever. French horn.
Shit, I didn't know you were a band kid. I feel like a little more, even more connected to you now because being a band kid is definitely an experience. It's, oh God, were the kids in your band class like really horny, or is that just mine? Because they were like the horniest kids ever. It was strange.
They were very horny and they were disgusting. And it's just like the intersection of gross and extremely horny always happened at band. But in any case, I don't know. But in any case, I was a band kid, and so I knew a thing or two about music, but I wasn't very good at it. And when I got on Tumblr, they were like, I remember the first meme music I really made. Well, the first meme music I really made was the Anemone song. That was like, that one, it was so funny. I was in college. I think this was my second senior year. I had 2 senior years. And
super senior.
Super senior. I like to call my second senior year. Senior year returns. Senior year is so good I had it twice. So I was in my dorm room once and I had a Japanese paper due, and I could not bring myself to write the paper. I was just up late, and then like I saw like I was just like, I saw like a little meme of like with an enemy. It had like a little anatomy fact. And I was like, anatomy. And I was like, oh my God. So I literally made that song in one night. And I just loved how it felt to make music that's not necessarily good. It doesn't have, like, I feel like there's a lot of pressure for musicians to be good. But when you don't have that pressure, you can make something that is so fun and just like, it is what it is, And when I made that, I was like, this is fun. I want to keep making that. So then one day I was on Tumblr and there was this post. It was the funniest post. It's the post is, did the beat go? Somebody randomly wrote, no context. They wrote, did the beat go off? I nut and then my meat goes soft. Her daughter's got the whooping cough. I break and let the children cross. And the person who like replied to that post was like referring to like the original post, and they're like, the only other thing on this blog besides that post that I just read out was reviews about bicycles. And so it was the funniest thing to me ever. So one day I was like in the basement and I was just like, did the beat go off? I nut and then my meat goes soft. Her daughter's got the whooping cough. I break and let the children cross. And then I just made a song on my phone.
Holy shit, I just got a live performance. That's the first on the show. That's amazing. And also you obviously putting yourself as the watermark, which is so cool. And do you ever see do people repost your stuff a lot and you see like pictures of you just floating around on the internet?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be memed.
And I think
because a lot of people don't.
No, a lot of people don't want to be mean. I mean, part of the reason why I put myself in my memes is really just the watermark. Like, I forget what it was, but back in college when I would make just like random faceless memes, and I think watermarks are like a big like at blah blah made this like so tasteless. It's it's just distracting. Like I think if there's gonna be a watermark, it's gotta be incorporated in the meme itself. Yeah, so after seeing like a bunch of my memes get stolen in college, I was just like, wouldn't it be funny if it was just like I put my face? Because at the very least, like if I can get in the comment section and be like, I made this, no one's gonna be like, no, you didn't. Because like it's like, yes, I did. My face is like right there, That's
so funny.
So like that's really what led to me putting myself in my memes, and it's so funny because I'll look up a stock photo of someone and like take out the background, use that for my meme, and then I'll just put my head on them. If you've ever seen me in a meme, it's not my body. Well, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is just a picture of me. But like most of the time, I just like put my face, superimpose my face on somebody and call it a day.
That's so funny. I love that. Yeah, because like I know Sunny Side Up does like the little egg. And like just different people have their unique ways of doing it. But yeah, a lot of people just put their name in it. But like honestly, like I kind of understand for beginner creators why they do that. Because even recently, I think you posted it, I think. It was like those people who were like standing on a hill and it was like, that's why we love our dog. Remember that thing? Yeah. And they had like those like big, like they looked like paper mache heads, like masks on. Yeah. And it was this really weird video. And I was like, oh my God. Because I saw it on Tumblr. I mean, not Tumblr, oh my God. On Twitter. TikTok. You got me thinking about Tumblr. I got Tumblr on the brain. And that dude wasn't even credited. So now he's like posting them and like putting his thing on there. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But I agree. Aesthetically, it's not the best thing to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, like for a video, I think a video is fine because like a video, it's like there's just so many moving parts that like it's fine that I think it makes sense. But when it comes to like a visual meme, for me, I just don't prefer it for my meme. But I completely understand why people do it. And people should like put your watermark on your memes. But the problem with watermarks is also, especially if it's a meme, people like to crop it out, or they'll draw over it. Like people love to cover up other people's watermarks. That's also part of the reason why I use my face, is because like it's less noticeable for people to be like, well, I'm gonna cover this up. Because for some reason, don't get me on my soapbox about attribution. For some reason, some people would rather die than to give credit to the person who made the original piece of content.
Yeah, it's so fucked up.
It's but
watch you just see someone else's head over your head.
That would be hilarious. They take my face out and put their own.
Yeah, right. It just becomes this never-ending stacking of faces on the same meme. Every creator who steals it.
That would honestly just be funny. I would be okay with that.
How do you feel about censorship on your platform? Because I feel like you keep getting busted for things, right?
Well,
what could you be busted for? I don't know.
That was my hottest issue on Instagram last year. Up until like I have an Instagram contact who like finally like reached out and was just like, all right, we're gonna make sure that you don't get banned ever again. Because my account got suspended a bunch of times, and I really am upset with the trend that social media is headed towards, where like social media is becoming so not only desexualized, but it's also just becoming so sanitized nowadays. Like you almost can't, like, I remember if I ever try to post a caption on Instagram and the word bitch is in it, it would be like
bullying or something, right?
Yeah, it's like, are you sure you want to do this? Edits like it asks you to edit the bitch out, and it's just things like that where it's just like, it's social media. I know why they're probably doing it. They're probably doing it for our children.
Yeah, but children are supposed to be on the fucking platform to begin with.
Exactly. But like they're like making like every space so like I don't even know the right word for it, but it's just like curse free, like, you know, and I hate it because like humans need our full range of language to express itself. Obviously not slurs. Like you shouldn't be putting slurs, but bitch and the N-word are not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like also like context, you know, it's just really annoying because I feel like it's going to get worse. The internet's going to become increasingly more like flowery and like childlike almost, and it's
fairyland. They want it to be just made up shit. Like that's the point of it, right? Is everybody's life is artificial and perfect, and there's nothing that goes wrong in it. So we're gonna just censor everybody who has something to say about it. It's like, it's not natural. It's like in no place in life is that a natural thing.
I don't know. And it's like, if kids are on the internet, they hear so be it. Kids hear on the subway all the time. They're fine. You know, like you can't protect children from being exposed to like certain things. Like obviously, you know, pornography shouldn't be everywhere, things like that. But like, I should be able to say everywhere on the internet. And TikTok especially was leading the way with this hyper censoring. Like
but they're selective because they let so much shit fly that I'm like, how are you letting these little kids dance like this on here? Like, you weirdos, but you won't let me say on there. Like
exactly. It's like, or like if you can say but they'll suppress your video. That's what they do.
Unbelievable. Well, I hope they stop censoring you soon, because I love what you're doing. And you know, I'm a big fan of yours. I know you're not good with compliments, but you made me care about memes, which is crazy. And I thought about this a lot because it's like, you know, when you see a meme, they're designed to be, for the most part, other than Plinky horse, Plonk horse, Plinko horse. Yeah, see, I don't know that. I gotta get on Tumblr, that's why. But Plinko horse, like stuff like that, like, you know, those are long-lasting memes. You got Bad Luck Brian, it's another everlasting meme. I look like him, so that's the one that sticks with me. And then like, I don't know, but you actually added some artistic value to them, and I appreciate that because I've never cared so much about memes. So that's the big takeaway I want to give to you as a fan of your work.
Thank you. As a meme nerd, I have a long history with memes. So memes, they always will have a place in my heart, even when culturally we've moved past them, which we may never, but I feel like we will at some point. But memes, man, I love
There's
memes.
always more shit going on to reflect on in a meme, though. That will never die.
True. But I feel like eventually we'll say everything that's been said.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Seriously, I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me, Matt. I mean, you're awesome. I love what you do. Like, I can't wait till you blow up like you deserve. Like,
thanks.
Truly. Like, but Matt, you're making amazing work, and you should keep going. And I think inevitably the audience will be there. And it makes me so upset because you're making such great stuff. Like,
thank you.
But it's only a matter of time. I love the stuff you make. I love you, the person. You're awesome. And I'm just excited to see your journey.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, if I'm making my videos for you, if I'm making your videos for 10 people who still watch my video every time it posts, like that is truly like, it's awesome for me. And that's exactly what we talked about earlier, is like even reaching a small amount of people, just having someone have sort of an emotional response to what you make is incredible. It's awesome. Everybody, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new here, pretty please hit that like button and smash the living shit out of that subscribe button, followed by the little bell notification. Ding! I have some inside info. I've been working on creating my studio, and I'm gonna give a little tour soon, show a little behind the scenes. So you're gonna want to be notified when that dropped. Ena, is your little bell notification ding on?
Yeah. No, it's not yet, honestly.
Oh my god.
But the subscribe and like is there.
Let's go.
I'll turn it on for you. You'll be my first. I'm gonna go on my phone right now.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on. Ena's links are gonna be all listed below. Go check her stuff out. She's awesome. As always,
follow me on Tumblr. Come back to Tumblr. Follow me.
Yeah. Well, as always, I'm your fabulous bat host, MattTheBat, for MattTheBat's Bat Shit Show. Everybody, please make sure to tune in next week, or else. Or else.
Or else.
That was the best one yet, I think.
Matt, you cannot threaten the public. I'm calling the FBI on you. You're making credible threats against your viewers.
Do it. They bust down the wall right now.